This is a question that has been asked a million times, it seems. Some of you even DM me on Twitter and Instagram, and even countless and countless comments over the years of the channel to answer it. I mean, why? Why do ninjas in Naruto run like this? So if you're like us, trying this out at least once in your life is like trying to say that you never got a beat down for failing an exam, which basically means you have. Don't lie to yourself. I mean, come on guys, we're all in this together, and it shows when we stand hand in hand, make our dreams come true. Anywho, we can all come to the conclusion that it's kinda illogical to run like that in Naruto. Just look at it. Anyways, these videos are made possible with the help of you guys, so make sure to smash that like button, as well as designed by humans. So if you need anime clothing such as hoodies, t-shirts and sweatshirts, check it out. The quality is great and long-lasting print. For more than 3 years it seems, I can confirm that myself, since I was wearing the apparel for a long time. So use the discount code ABD for 10% of your whole order. Go check it out, the link is in the description.
So we need to break down the history, logic and inspiration behind this running technique. Like, does it really make you run faster or more quieter? Does it even contribute any benefit in running at all? Like, why is this even a thing? First, let's discuss how running and its technique is perceived in our world. Although running was a natural concept for us humans since our very existence, from the early ages of hunting for survival and then later running for recreational or competitive purpose, the science and formation of finding the best technique to run was actually a topic within many societies for centuries. Now, if you compare this back to the ninjas in the Naruto universe, the steps are pretty much applicable. However, the slight differences are the body position. The ninjas tend to lean forward rather than upright. Also, instead, the Naruto ninjas have the iconic stationary position of the arms facing away from the direction of movement, overall creating a fixed streamlined form. Last but not least, the rhythm and control seems to be dependent on chakra, and obviously none of us have that in real life. Well, I'm sure most of us don't. So I know I have probably bored a lot of you by now. You're probably thinking, what is this? Science balls deep? Well, I'm sorry, because I'm going to be going history balls deep now. Yes, we have to find out the historical message behind this run. Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto, basically made this run iconic. This is why it's a meme and basically part of pop culture. But before Naruto even came out, this iconic style of running was already a thing. This is likely how Kishimoto came up with this concept due to it being ingrained into the depiction of ninjas in media. In the real world, ninjas were stealth soldiers and mercenaries hired mostly by daimyos, who are pretty much great lords in feudal Japan. The ninjas' primary roles were those of espionage and sabotage, although assassinations were also attributed to ninjas. This is why in the Naruto universe, Kishimoto took this history and adapted it. Ninjas existed in Japan, but just as much as they were about assassination, they were also involved into gathering information and disinformation to cause deception. The main role of ninjas was scouting and espionage. They would sneak into enemy territory, usually in the guise of priests, monks, entertainers or other travelers, and collect information on the terrain, the state of the roads and disposition of enemy troops. In the book Ninja Attack by Hiroko Yoda and Matt Alt, she explains that different ninjas had different purposes, so there wasn't a set kit for the historical ninja. Now again, this is why it makes sense in the Naruto universe ninja have different roles in the anime doing various activities. The book then explains that the most common myth with ninjas is regards to them only using throwing stars, swords and knives, and that they didn't use modern weapons. In fact, in reality, this was the opposite. Matt Alt explains that ninjas were at the cutting edge of weapon technology of their day. Now you're probably thinking, okay, how does this link with why they run like that? Well, just wait. The ninjas as part of Japanese pop culture started to take place during the 1700s, when ninjas characters appeared in books and plays. The word ninja itself did not appear until 1800s. Before that, one of the words to describe them was shinobi. As a result of the depiction over time, the idea of ninja started being connected more to magic and fantasy. According to an article by unmissablejapan.com, two distinct groups of ninjas emerged in the late 15th century, the Koga and the Iga clans. Iga being a province of ancient Japan. Both clans consisted of several families, each represented by a jonin, who was responsible for hiring out ninjas. Jonins were assisted by chunins, who are the middlemen, while genins, the lower men, carried out the actual missions. Historical records reveal little about the everyday life of ninjas, but they seem to have been recruited mainly from the local farming community. So the whole ninja ranking system that Kishimoto created for Naruto the anime is based upon real history of how ninjas actually did it themselves. Ninjas can also be hired by people to do various ranks of mission in the Naruto universe. Apparently, even this is based on real real history. But still again, you guys are probably thinking, Anime Balls Deep, what is this run though? That is the question and the title of this video. Alright, calm down mate, I'm sorry, hold up. I'm gonna get to it now. Are you ready? Okay, according to various ninja guidebooks and history, which till this day I don't even know if it's a fact or fiction at this point, as I mentioned, the stories of old became mythological, but apparently they were techniques of running or walking that ninjas implemented to spy. These were Shinobi Ashi, meaning quiet feet, Yuki Ashi, meaning floating feet, Unu Bashiri, meaning dog running, Kitsune Bashiri, fox running, Shinso Usagi Oraki, which means deep grass rabbit walking. And guys, I probably butchered every single one of these words, but I hope you guys got the gist. These techniques of running were developed for espionage and ninjas who were called people with fast feet for their famed speed. The style of running that we see in Naruto is basically deemed as ninja running and is constructed under the idea that they have kunai or other weapons with them. So in order to make the ninjas in Naruto universe be able to draw their kunai and paper bombs for example, they need to place their hands the way they do for efficiency. So now that you know the real history behind it all and the concept of a ninja, you should now understand why this was implemented into the Naruto universe and why it makes sense. This pose and ninja run was made popular by shows and movies in the 1960s and 1970s, such as Sasuke and Ninja Gaiden. Also, who hasn't played Shinobi on Sega? That game was awesome. So because of the culture change and the history of ninja actually being modeled and fantasized at this point, the famous ninja run is basically the new normalization of how they should be depicted. In short, Naruto and the other characters run with the arms out because it's now seen as the way ninjas ran in real life. However, with all that said, when asked in an interview, apparently the more honest and the real reason the Naruto run was created is because Kishimoto believed it was easier to use this style of running since it was easier to draw, and it made the animation much less difficult to make and cheaper to implement once the manga became an anime. That's why you see so many anime characters from different shows not run like a normal person most of the time. Think about it, anime is produced on a tight budget and short time frame. If this running style would reduce any amount of work, then it would benefit the overall production. Running is already a complex animation to the point there are actually animes focused around it. For instance, I Shield 21 and the fairly recent anime Run with the Wind. Ridiculous as it sounds, but these running animation takes a lot of time as the animators have to coordinate all the body parts and movement. Obviously a good animator will be able to replicate the animations, but animating a character running with their stationary arms behind them actually ends up reducing cost and time. But coming back to the question, is the ninja run actually legit and provides any advantage in real life? Well no, of course it doesn't. In real life all you'll be doing is looking like one of these guys. That's it. Thank you very much. Okay, so the running step that the ninjas in Naruto has would realistically make balancing more difficult due to the lack of support from the arm movements, and the fact that their body is more lean towards their running direction would also make breathing extremely difficult, decreasing the overall stamina. And again, leaning forward in this position would also disrupt the proper balance of the body while in motion. However, if you take into consideration the fact that the ninjas in Naruto utilizes chakra, which is like an extra sense to them and is used to stabilize their internal breathing pattern along with aiding them in balancing, then these drawbacks wouldn't really matter. Even throughout the actual series, it is illustrated that the students from a very young age during the time at the academy learn these basic concepts of applying chakra to their feet to balance them in any foundation from walls, trees and water. Hence, the use of chakra literally negates all of these flaws of the Naruto run. This in turn causes the benefits of this Naruto run to come into effect, and it overall makes sense in the anime, since essentially it comes down to aerodynamics. By making their body more streamlined, they are faced with much less air resistance, giving them an overall faster speed. This is actually used a lot when designing trains, planes, jets and race cars. The best ways to improve overall speed is to apply more force and decrease any opposite force, and running like Naruto actually does that. If you think about it, these guys are ninjas and more than likely to be attacked while in motion. By leaning forward in this way, they make themselves a much harder target. Also, this posture of running will also allow them to jump forward and dodge oncoming attacks. Just look at how many scenes there are in Boruto and Naruto of them jumping on trees and moving around at crazy speeds. this ninja running position would actually benefit all of this. Overall, for a ninja who has mastery of balancing with the use of chakra, this running method only seems logical. So yeah, even though Kishimoto didn't really intend to make any sense from this running style, and his real reason was due to animation and ease of drawing, it seems it still works out if you try to apply logic to it. So either Kishimoto is being a humble genius, or it's all just coincidence. Either way, this video is based on anime logic, so don't take it too seriously. Now with that, please stop asking us these questions about why does Naruto run like this, or why does Naruto like ramen. We cover them all, and the next thing you might ask is how does Naruto take a dump? Really? Okay. Or why does Naruto wear sandals? Like seriously guys? Either way, I did enjoy making this video, so make sure you do let us know what you want next, and smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and ding that notification bell to stay updated. With that, I'll catch you guys till next time.